What's good, y'all? So, if you didn't know this about me already, I am a super huge fan of comic books and superheroes in general. Specifically, I'm a huge fan of the DC comic brand. Now, I love Marvel. We all know and love Marvel. Like I said, I love all comic books and superheroes in general, but I specifically have extensive knowledge of the DC universe. So, with that being said, it would be a no brainer that I would know a lot about Batman. Okay, so with today's ranking video, I decided that we're going to rank my favorite Arkham games or the Arkham series in general from best to worst. So, without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Okay, you guys. So here we have all of the Batman Arkham titles. And of course, I have my tier list, okay, from the best all the way down to I didn't play. Now, there's only a couple of Arkham games that I did not play. I did not play Blackgate and I did not play Arkham VR. The reason why is because Blackgate flew under my radar because I believe it came out for handheld consoles, I believe. That's why it flew under my radar than VR. I do not own a VR. Okay, I've been thinking about it lately though, but I do not own a VR. But as for these other titles, I have played more than once. Okay, well, I only beat Arkham Origins one time, but all these other games I have beat more than once. I have the remaster collection for Arkham Asylum and Arkham City and Arkham Knight. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and start off with Batman Arkham Asylum. Now, Batman Arkham Asylum, in my opinion, this is the best title of them all. This not only started the series and set the bar for the games to come after it in the Arkham series, but if you ever wanted to know what it's like to be Bruce Wayne, this game will show you exactly that, in my opinion. Okay, so this starts off. Batman is a little more into his career now. He's more seasoned. Okay, he has, plenty of experience with taking down the criminals in Gotham. And basically what happens is that the Joker infiltrates Arkham Asylum and lets himself get caught on purpose as a part of his grand scheme to take down Batman and take over Gotham. Okay, so this game, what it does so well is that it captures the atmosphere of Arkham Asylum. It captures the tone of what it's like to be in Batman's head. I mean, this game executes a perfect display and a perfect experience on what it's like to be Batman and what he deals with, not only mentally, but how far he's willing to go to save his city of Gotham. Now, this game takes primarily place on Arkham Asylum, all right, in Arkham Asylum, and you can go outside and travel outside, to go from point A to B. But overall, I love the map. I love the boss battles, and I love the character interaction and the lore that's in the game as well. So, for example, you can go around Arkham Asylum, and as you're exploring, you can find tape recordings of encounters that Arkham Asylum staff has with the inmates, such as Poison Ivy, or serial killers such as Victor Zsasz, and it's just very chilling. Like, they absolutely pushed, they really pushed the limit for this rated T game. Okay, yeah, they really, really pushed, the boundaries of the rated T rating here. All right, so I absolutely loved Arkham Asylum. I've beaten it multiple times because I've always wanted to know, as we all do, want to know what it's like to be Bruce Wayne. Well, if you play this game, I can guarantee you will feel like you're right there with him. Okay, so that's going in the best tier. Okay, next we have Arkham City. Now, Arkham City was great. Okay, it was great. Some people think it is the best. Hey, and that's fine. I'm gonna acknowledge that. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying that it's under Batman Arkham Asylum, but I like to rank this specific series. I want to rank this based on, how in-depth it is to be Bruce Wayne, okay? And Arkham City, it did a great job with that, okay? Because what happens is that in Arkham City, you're dealing with more criminals, Okay, you have more boss battles. Okay, and basically, what's happening is that the Joker has released, the Joker toxin. All right, and people are getting infected. You yourself end up getting infected by Harley Quinn. She stabs you with a needle, and then you start, experiencing side effects from the Joker toxin. So now you have to go through the game, not only find a cure for yourself, all right, but also stop the Joker. Okay, so, and not only that, but there are plenty of side missions where you get to run into other criminals such as Deadshot, Black Mask, and even you get wrapped up with Catwoman. You have to save her, and she has her own side missions in DLC, depending on the edition that you play. Okay, so that was a great experience because it doesn't not only show what it's like to be Batman. It's not necessarily about what it's like to be Batman, but how chaotic his world can get. Okay, because we all know Batman is only human. He's a lot of things. He's the world's greatest tactician, world's greatest detective, but still, he is only human. And all the stuff he has to save Arkham City by himself, it definitely shows how chaotic his world can get. And for that, I think this game, I hold this game in high regard. So that's going to go on the great tier. Okay, next we have Arkham Origins. Now, Arkham Origins is exactly that. It's the origin story of Batman. Okay, it shows him starting off. His butler that we all know and love as Alfred is trying to talk him out of becoming a masked vigilante and constantly advising him of the dangers. Okay, you finally get a run-in with the Joker, or at least that's what this game portrays. It shows Batman's first run-in with a lot of criminals. So basically, the main villain in this installment is the Joker, because he's the one that is the cause of all the events in the game. He's the one who hires all the assassins to come after you, such as Bane and Deathstroke. All right, and yeah, he's the one trying to take over Gotham and take Black Mask's place, okay? Because Black Mask was, at this time, the biggest criminal of them all. The Penguin was a big criminal as well, but Black Mask was like, the biggest criminal at this time, and Joker's trying to take his place and trying to make everybody who works on the Black Mask work under him. So yes, we get to see a less experienced Bruce Wayne and how he handles this. I love the boss battles in this game, and I actually like how they tell the origins. The only thing is is just that there wasn't so much to go into depth about in this game. Okay, some people may disagree with that, but personally for me, it was not as of expansive experience that I got when playing Arkham City or even Arkham Knight. So that's going to go in the good tier for me. Okay, and then finally we have Batman Arkham Knight. Now, Batman Arkham Knight was the first Batman game to come out and the only Batman game to come out on the next generation of consoles, which at the time was old gen, so Xbox One, PlayStation 4. Yeah, that was the very first game. So, we got a nice graphical overhaul in Arkham Knight, and we got even more complex gameplay and detail to gameplay. And I really, really liked Arkham Knight's story. So the Arkham Knight, aka Red Hood, aka Jason Todd, once Robin, one of your Robins at least, as if you don't know the comic book backstory, Jason Todd was more a ruthless Robin. He didn't take orders very well. He had a temper, but Batman still took him under his wing because he was an orphan, just like Bruce Wayne once was. Okay, so he decides to take him under his wing as Robin. Okay, Jason Todd gets a call from his long lost mother because he's been looking for her because he found a means to find her. So he goes and does that. His mother sets him up for the Joker, but little does he know, because he's so naive, that the Joker is playing his mom too. Okay, so the Joker beats Jason Todd to death with a crowbar and he blows him up. Batman regrets this for the entirety of his career. And then when Jason Todd comes back resurrected as the Red Hood, Batman really feels the guilt and the grief of letting Jason Todd down. so, and sending him down this path. So in this specific game, Arkham Knight, you're fighting against Jason Todd, aka the Red Hood, amongst other criminals, okay? And the Gotham's Most Wanted DLC add-ons that adds different missions such as Killer Croc's mission, the Mad Hatter mission, and other criminal missions. That DLC was just amazing. And also you have DLC where you can play as all the characters such as Harley Quinn, Nightwing, Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl. And the DLC was amazing in this game too. So that's going in the great tier. Some people may think it's the best game out of all because of all the content, but I think it is great, okay? I just really feel like Batman Arkham Asylum just absolutely hit the nail on the head when it comes to the experience of Bruce Wayne, okay? What it's like to be him. So that's why I did not put it in the best tier, Arkham Knight. Okay, but still, it was a fantastic game, so it's going in the great tier in my opinion. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Let me know which game made you a fan of this series, if you are a fan of this series. And if you haven't decided on playing this series by now, I definitely want to highly recommend playing this series because you don't have to be a fan of comic books to be a fan of this game. That's just how good this game is. And this game actually is responsible for the reason why I got into DC Comics in general. Okay. It truly is. Arkham Asylum specifically is the reason why I got heavily into comic books, because I wanted to know more about Batman. Then, of course, he is in the Justice League, so I wanted to know more about all the other heroes in the DC universe. All right, but let me know which one of these games made you a fan, okay? But once again, you guys, it's been your boy David, and I'm out. Peace.